Students throughout the state went back to school last month, but some had to make bigger adjustments than having a new teacher or navigating a new building. With home and ocean away, we met two students looking to learn more than what's taught in the classroom, hoping others can do the same. Harry Chan and Weerapat Panitenanjai, or Mayday for short, grew up about 1,000 miles from each other, but last month, knowing little of Minnesota, they crossed the Pacific to share a home in Maple Grove.
Before, I thought it was so cold, but I got here and the weather wasn't so cold yet.
When I arrived here, it's just cold, not that cold.
In their home countries of China and Thailand last year, Harry and Mayday each found out about an opportunity to study abroad.
I start to be interested to study in here because someone told me teaching system is so much different from Hong Kong.
My school make an announcement and I heard about it and I went to contact with the teacher.
More than 4,000 miles away, John and Kamisha Copeland went through their own application process.
So we looked through that process to see if anyone would be a good fit for our family, and we talked about it and then we applied. So there's a preliminary application and you do that, and then they say, oh, do you want to go further? And then you do the application, and then there's like a background check, a screening, there's reference checks, and so on and so forth. And once you're approved, then there's well, even probably before that, there's a home visit. They come out and look at your home and talk a little bit more in depth about the program, what it entails as far as the responsibilities. And from there, if you pass all those checks, then you're a host family.
The Copelands first became host parents a year ago.
We literally saw an ad in the newspaper that talked about a volunteer opportunity for hosting students, international exchange students. We typically do a lot of volunteer work, so we thought we'd take a chance at doing something different.
Last year we had a student, Cynthia, from China, and then we had a student, Mayu, from Finland. And this year we have Harry, who's from Hong Kong, and we have Mayday, who's from Thailand.
Sheba Coffey, a student achievement advisor with Coon Rapids High School, helps find potential host parents like the Copelands.
Well, students are trying to come from Asia, Africa, Europe, Canada, Mexico, you name it, and have a cultural experience here in the United States.
She says because of a lack of host families, many students eligible don't get this chance.
We don't have enough in Coon Rapids and the whole surrounding area, Blaine, Anoka, you name it. And honestly, we want an unlimited number because the more families that choose to host students, the more experiences these children can have, these students can have. This program simply cannot exist without families. And so, you know what? I want 100. How about that? So I'd like to challenge people to call me and serve as a host family or, refer other host families.
The foreign exchange program offers host parents the opportunity to choose students by gender, age, and country of origin. The Copelands looked further than that.
So I think it was personality driven, interest driven, their willingness to engage or become a part of a family.
We really looked at the individual kid and what they wrote in their potential host family letter, which is what was extremely important in making sure that they would fit well within our family framework.
The Copelands, Harry and Mayday, say although they've only been together for a short time, it's already a positive learning experience.
Definitely glad I had the opportunity to host both last year and this year. Not having kids of our own outside of our god kids, this is probably the longest period of time we had kids to live with us, and the adjustment was for me a lot easier than I was expecting, and actually brought us to have more family conversations around the dinner table, and that was a good thing to come out of it.
Harry and Mayday had to adjust to a new way of learning when they started classes at Osseo High School last month.
In Thailand, when the end of hour, the students just sit in their chair and not trying to hurry to the next class. But here, when the vowel is ring, we gotta go to the next class. Yeah, at first I got lost a lot of time, but now I know where I would go. so I know and not get lost.
The classmate is so nice, and my English wasn't so good. They will speak slowly or speak again for me.
School is different. You know, it could be harder or it could be less challenging. And so it really just depends on the students. I mean, they come from various different countries and various different school systems.
I think it's easier.
It's harder than Thailand because I have to use my second language, English.
But much of what they hope to experience is outside of the classroom.
I want to see the snow. I haven't seen the snow before. And I want to play the sport that I haven't played before, like skiing and ice skating.
Only required to provide room and board, the Copelands say they hope more people will consider hosting in the near future.
It's an excellent opportunity. It's culturally enriching. You learn from them and they learn from you. You build lasting relationships, not only with the student, but with their families. And I say that because their families entrust you with their children. And so because of that, even though you're not in connection with them much at all, maybe we'll see them on the Skype in passing. But it's a bond that's developed from afar. You know, we've received cards from both of the girls' parents saying thank you for caring for our children and helping them to have a great experience.
The value literally is priceless. The host families here are providing an experience that cannot happen without them. So then the exchange students get to come here and experience America. They get to experience American culture, but then simultaneously the host family is experiencing that foreign culture right in their homes.
Both the host parents and students say it's a unique chance to form connections to faraway places from backgrounds we're less familiar with.
So we're always willing to learn about new cultures and countries, and embrace those. So that wasn't necessarily a priority for us.
Get a new culture also. And some parents don't have children, and they will know about it and how to take care of them.
If you choose a student, you can let the student to your country to let them can have a chance to hear, to join your family, to learn from you, and you can also learn from the student to get more culture.
So you're kind of broadening your perspective. You're learning new things. You're learning about culture and food and just, you know, how they behave in different social settings. And what I think some of the larger things that we learn is, you know, there's more than one way to do something. And so it's nice to see how other people do a similar thing. And you can learn something from that. Take the good from that to add to the other good that we have and put it all together. And it's just a win-win learning experience.
To become or refer a host parent or to find out how to attend high school abroad, contact Sheba Coffey at Coon Rapids High School.